Hello YouTube, Chris here, Mindflayer Games, and today we are going over the 2018 competition entries for Venkfi TCG. In total there were 6 entries, and we're going to go over each entry today, and then in the next video we will do the competition draw for the comments on the video, and the actual winner of this art competition as well. So it's going to be over 2 videos. And the reason I've done that is I want to go into as much detail as I can with these entries, because some of them are really interesting and it's nice just to show and give back a little to those who have actually taken part in the competition. Now, starting things off, unfortunately the first entry I've had to kind of disqualify in the fact that it was very difficult to put this image on the template. So this is the image. This is from Links, I believe that's correct. I haven't got much more information on the email which this was attached to. So the email reads, well, this is how it starts. Well, I didn't even know what I made. I call him the Screaming Swordsman. He harnesses the power inside his mighty scream. He impacts his enemies with crushing force. Now the problem with this image is, like I said, I couldn't get it onto the template, and I did ask for no backgrounds because that's what made this image difficult. If I did not have the background of the orange and the yellow, I would have possibly been able to make it into a card a lot easier, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. So moving on, we will have this is from Wrath of Cause. Now, Chris did a live drawing of this. He did a video drawing of this for his video submission as well. And it didn't give me any information, I don't think, from what I can remember. Let me just read over this. I don't have a name for it, but I imagine it would fit a common unit. Used watercolor pencils. Yeah, so what Chris did is he did this live, did his video, and he sent me over this image, and I've basically come up with everything what we have. So it is a common unit. All these are common cards, which will be available. One of them, maybe more, may be available in the in set 1. So I called this creature Weebler. And I actually really like this creature. Fits very well into like the Underdark of Venkfi. So we've got like the Shadow Dogs and that sort of thing. And this is a subterranean creature. And I've given it some simple stats, 3/3, 2/2. But I like the ability of this because of like the tentacles. And what I enjoyed with having these cards come through, or this artwork come through, was it gave me the freedom as well to come up with an ability based on what that creature or person or thing looked like. So with Weebler, because of the tentacles, I put Lurch as the ability. Pull a backline minion to the front line, or attack either a front or backline minion. So you have 2 rows of spaces you can place cards. Now if you place them on the back row, this minion potentially has the ability to draw that card forward into an attacking position for other units, or can directly attack backline minions, which you can't normally do unless the card specifies. So yeah, that's Wrath of Cause. Now we have Battle Beast King. Now I think I've got some lore on this one. Let me just pull up my phone. Now this is another hand-drawn image. Here's my entry into the contest. It's called the... okay, so there wasn't any lore with this one. And another hand-drawn image. I had a bit of trouble doing all the like taking it off the paper and like going around it and everything. But I actually like this card for 2 reasons. It's unconventional. I see this more of like a semi-celestial type of creature or artifact, or maybe even a support card or a relic maybe in the future. I didn't get around to actually doing any stats on this one, so I just used the template for Weebler. But yeah, I like the idea that along with like what you would typically like typical minions and stuff like that, we have other stuff as well that's going further and deeper into the Venkfi universe. So yeah, really good and interesting one to work with. That's why I haven't quite come up with anything yet, but hopefully I will do later on at some point. Next we have Ulrich the Bloody. This is from Skyscape TCG. Now, this is very, very badass looking. So I'm just going to go back into Lefone and see if we have any lore or anything for this one. So this is... I based mine off the Baholis area of Venkfi. So Baholis is like the swampy area in the south within Rordo, the big dead woodland, swampland areas. So there's lots of goblin-y type creatures around there. So that's fitting into the lore perfectly. And its name is either Swamp Goblin or Baholis Goblin. That didn't quite work, so I actually, I've been talking to some of these artists as well over Discord, and so we were able to work something out with that. Depending on what you think is a better fit, the art is posted below, blah, blah. Okay, so that's all we've got with that. So Ulrich is a unique character that as soon as I saw the artwork, I wanted to do something very powerful with the ability, and I gave it Assassinate. So you can see and then deal double damage to any hidden minion. It is a counter. This card would be a counter to any hidden minions. So there are cards that hide minions. There are also minions that can hide themselves. One is Shadow Dog, I believe. I can't remember, but there's another one as well. I think it was Shadowfoot. And bear with me. I'm going to go and grab my cards because I'm pretty sure it was one of the two. Bear with. Right, so I've just gone through my cards. It wasn't Shadow Dog. Shadow Dog can do other stuff. But Shadowfoot, which is kind of like the ninja type card, she can hide. So Ulrich would be a good counter to Shadowfoot, but there are also support cards which give you the ability to hide one or two minions depending on which card you pull. So yeah, really like this design. Very angry looking. Yeah, you could imagine this thing lurking within the swamps and coming out of the swamps and taking down people silently. And yeah, really like this one. So next we have Dark Souls Reaper. This is Count Magnus. Now there was a lot of lore with this one. I think Dark Souls Reaper actually went back into the video where I went over the lore. Not the lore, the map of Venkfi, and basically just pulled every location he could. And yeah, we will go into that right now. Let me just find the email. Let's start off. Count Ulster Magnus Theodorus, Earl of Venkfi. Now, I will be changing a lot of this around because this character actually fits quite easily into another character within Venkfi who was in the original source material, but has not yet made his way into the TCG. Count Magnus was stationed at the capital of Chariot. So Chariot is the capital. He first donned his armour when he wore, which was once worn by his ancestor. Born in Chipstoke, migrated as a youth to Gleeglum, where he learnt all of his survival skills. Gleeglum is not where a count would necessarily go. The character who I kind of saw resemblance to is a character called General West, and he is the right hand of the king, and West wouldn't necessarily would know of Gleeglum, but Gleeglum is kind of like the Thieves Guild of Venkfi, and by that is every known bad has a sanctuary. Every thief, assassin, they would all congregate at Gleeglum, and it's kind of like this. Imagine like big. Imagine the Vatican in Italy. So the Vatican is its own like state and country sort of thing within Italy, and that is kind of what Gleeglum is. It's got its own rules, but it's kind of separate from the realm. and it is ruled by Master Glee, who's an extremely obese human, and he's there's a lot of stuff that I will have to do a full like breakdown of like Gleeglum and stuff, but yeah, so he was pulling off all this stuff, which I thought was really cool. It was really really interesting to see where people would go, because I haven't given that much lore on stuff, so it was good to see where people went. He's learned all these survival skills. His parents were killed in a docking accident where they worked at Port Jenkins, so Port Jenkins is kind of like the opposite side of the map to Gleeglum. Okay, let me just find a map, and I will go over this, because it's quite interesting stuff. We'll exclude the official lore of General West and Count Magnus, and we'll actually go into what Dark Souls Reaper has actually done. So he would have been born down here in Chipstoke, which is very close to Rawdor, so there'll be connections of possible corruption. And I'm not going into any more of General West's character, but let's just say he's not the most good person. Trained in Gleeglum, which is over here. So it's a bit of a distant. It's not too far from Chariot, but at the same time, it's enough for possible attack and threat. And yeah, and then we've got Port Jenkins over here as well. What did he say about Port Jenkins? And we'll just go into that, and then I will close this video off shortly, because I think I've got one more to go over. His parents were killed in a docking accident while they worked in Port Jenkins. So yeah, all this area has got so much stuff going on. It's unbelievable. But yeah, so that's the map of Vengfi. But the General West or the Count Magnus that I would put in Vengfi would not necessarily have this backstory, but top points and praise for actually going that far out with having no knowledge of the world other than place names to actually come up with this stuff. So that's a big thumbs up to you. Filled with anger and rage, he turned his anger towards war, gaining very renowned fame in the capital city of Chariot. Okay, so let's just go back onto where were we, Dark Soul. Taking away the lore that you had written and actually making this more of the character that I envisioned, we have a minion with no attack. This is the only one in this competition that I haven't given an attack. I may do the same with this one as well, and have it more of like a support minion of some description. But yeah, so I'm losing myself here. 3 gold, 4 HP. Decree of Chariot. Pull a backline minion to the front line or attack. Okay, so I didn't actually do anything with this one. My apologies. This is the text from Weebler. I will get round to doing something with this, because Decree of Chariot, this character has something about him. And now I think it's going to be, I don't know how to say, maybe whoever surrounds the Count will get a attack boost. So if a minion card is touching Magnus's card that isn't in a diagonal, they will get a +1 attack boost or something like that, or maybe a +1 attack and a -1 on the dice roll. That would also be good. So yeah, I really like this one. It was a bit tricky to go around everything, just because it was hand drawn again, but I like this just for the fact that you went all out with the lore and everything. I thought that was really cool. So finally, from this is Robert Martinez from Nexus TCG. This is Quivira. I think I've pronounced that right. And this, again, going on to lore, there was a lot of lore with this one, and I will tell you exactly what we've got. Oh, there's lots of writing. Okay, I will basically skim over this. Now, Queen Prince of the Dark Sea, female, 87 years old, height, alliance, enemies, we don't need to go into that. Daughter of Primus and Quinta, ruler of the Dark Sea. Queen was raised by the future ruler of the Dark Sea realm. Is an extensive and ancient domain located somewhere else, which is located in the Nexus, so it's kind of like a crossover between Vengfi and the Nexus. Their goal is to defend the Heavenly Kingdom and they secure the... Okay, so, sorry for my mumbling, but I'm going to try and finish this video off very soon, because it's been quite a long video. I don't normally do videos this long. But it's been good to just, talk over these cards and, do something, because unfortunately I haven't been able to make content recently, so it's nice just to come back with, a nice big long video, and hopefully you guys will watch it and appreciate everybody who's done art for this competition. So, 4-3-3-3, so she can attack. I loved doing this card because we've got two images here. I've basically overlaid and then made part of it transparent at the bottom so it looks like she's coming out of the waves. Okay, so Dark Sea Princess. When in defense mode, Rivera is classed as hidden and cannot take damage, so she's kind of hiding underneath the waves. So if anyone does try to attack her, they can't unless they can counter with like an assassinate. And she doesn't take damage, but if someone attacks you in defense mode, you get to attack them if they don't kill you. So she could potentially take out targets, which is really cool. Now, as a disclaimer, I am working with Robert with some other aspects of the game. So even if this card doesn't win the competition, I will most likely purchase the art as well. So you would probably see Quinera in Vengfi TCG at some point. So yeah, these were the entries. We had, unfortunately, we couldn't do much with this one. We've got Wrath of Cause, Battle Beast King, Skyscape, Dark Reaper, Souls, and Nexus TCG. So I'm at the point where I'm rubbing my hands down my face because I don't know which card I want to choose to win. It's very, very difficult because out of all these, I do like each one for various reasons. And what well, I was going to put this at the end of the other video, but I kind of want them all. Now, unfortunately, I have only got 2 packs at the moment to give away of the early access. But I would honestly like each one of these in the game at some point. But I don't know how I'm going to do that at the moment. I don't know if that would be like giving some guys credit, like Gamecraft credit, so they can... put that towards Vengfi packs or what have you in the future. Or I know it's going to cost me an absolute arm and a leg to ship these out to everybody, because I know Chris is in the UK, but I don't know about everybody else, so that could be quite costly. But I'm narrowing it down. There are very strong contenders for this competition, and hopefully next week, when I've figured out who is going to be the winner, I can, I can actually make up my mind, because it's very difficult. I'm really struggling to do so. So let me know actually in the comments down below which card you like the look of the best. Obviously for stuff like this card and the ability text for Magnus, I haven't finished those off yet, but I will do. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below which you think should win, and hopefully I will see you soon for the next video, which would be the other giveaway for commenting. And yeah, okay, I've been Chris. This has been a very long video. I'm not going to apologise for it because I've enjoyed making it, and I will catch you in the next one. Toodle pip. Chris here again. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, comment down below on what you like, and I will catch you in the next one for some more awesome stuff, some homemade trading card games, some more board games, and some other stuff in between as well. You're really great, and I appreciate you viewing this channel. I'll catch you in the next one.